This time I want to talk with you about 10 ideas that all of us have to face with them through life. I could talk about them for hours on each one of them, and this is what we usually do in therapy. But today we are just going to talk about each one of them in a short way from different angles so you can reflect about them alone, to ask the right questions, to search for the right answers, and hopefully trying to take more responsibility about your life slowly, slowly. Okay, so let's start. Philosophy is psychotherapy. Think about it. Back in old days, people used philosophy in their daily life, in their daily action, decisions. They really lived their philosophy. And today, people say they love philosophy, but they are never practicing it. They are just love to explore, to think, to wonder, but in daily life, they just go by the rhythm. They go with the herd. They have boring life because they can't practice, they can't use the philosophy in their lives. So as a therapist, for me, philosophy is a crucial part in mental health because when people don't know what they're gonna do with their life, when people don't really practice their philosophy, when people don't ask the big questions and think about the answers or something on the way, they are lost in the sky. They go into the Kafka hole, and it's really hard to get out of there. So you really have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, where is your values? Where is your philosophy? Which kind of person you want to be in this life? And of course, you also don't want to be those people that only speak about philosophy but never practicing it in daily life. You don't want to be this man who said, I will do this and that, but you never do it because you don't have discipline, because you don't have resilience, and so and so and so. So when you take philosophy as psychotherapy, as a tool for your life, you can go so far, you can be in your best colors. None of us is born a life expert. And of course, when we are children, we are so dependent on the adults around us. We take everything they give us, their religion, their opinions, their beliefs about good and right, everything. We do it unconsciously because we are so dependent on them. And sometimes the things that they give us can be really bad. They can be also complete lies. Sometimes they do it from good intention because it was maybe good for them, but it can be totally bad for us. But the more you grow, you have to ask yourself the big questions of life without the urge to get direct answer. Because sometimes the things that they told you in early ages are not relevant for you today. And if you won't do it, you will be same as Ivan Illich from the Tolstoy book. You will be so sad that you sold your personality, your life to people just from respect or because they were your parents, okay? You got to understand that you can be loved even if you will have your own color, if you will express your own colors in this life, even if it will be totally different from them. Okay, so it's big dangerous to obey to the story that people give you to live. Okay, big dangerous, and you got to notice it through life. Most of the people start to do it at the age of 20, 30, and if they read the books that we talk about here in the channel on Instagram, it starts even at 16. So I'm really proud of that. Humility is not obedience, but most time they teach you that you have to listen to the advices of the older people, your mother, your father, your family, the culture, the religion, and so and so and so. But of course, that their advice don't have to be direct good for you. Sometimes people continue to obey just because they have fear and anxiety that they will stop loving them. And if this is your motivation, this is the direct way to have disaster life. So you have to ask yourself, what is true love? You got to ask yourself if you can respect them and still say no. You have to ask yourself if you can respect them and still choose differently from them. And of course, you have to ask yourself if you are clinging for their support, love, and etc. And if you admit to yourself that you are so clinging to their choices for you, so you can't do something alone, sometimes it's better to admit it than to lie to yourself that you have authentic life. Nobody knows what's gonna happen after we die. And of course, nobody also knows what happened before our dad have a good time with our mother. There were nothing, I think. Anyway, the religion try to answer the most dangerous, scariest questions about life, the meaning of life, the existence of God, heaven and hell, yeah, what happens after we die, and so and so and so. And I think that they try to answer these questions not to help you or free you. They try to play with your mind in a way that they will make it quieter, that it will make you feel more peaceful. But unconsciously, they try to use you. They try to control your mind because the more you fear, the more it's easy to control your life. So when you read the books and when you can bear in yourself this uncertainty, this absurdity of life, these questions becomes less and less important for you. And it's really interesting to see how mental health also getting stronger inside of you the more you can handle these questions and put them aside. Because when you live here and now in this life, when you have beautiful life, what's happening after you die becomes less important. And that's why the question of the existence of God, or the questions of afterlife, or hell, or heaven, it's not so important. It's really important to understand why people ask these questions, why it's so important to them to go so far from this life, how it helps them psychologically to be so sure that God loves them, that they will meet their families after they will leave. I think that they need these answers because this life is so bad for them, because this life they can't really express themselves and be here and now as much as possible. But if you have beautiful life, what happens after you die, it's not important at all. You can be free from that. You don't need it. It's like, be modest. One life is enough. If you need more, it means you have shit life. You didn't play like you should. How to know when I feel loved? A lot of people grew up in homes that they felt so much fear and anxiety in them. And sometimes they think that this is how love should be. And then they meet people, similar people, that also reflects for them the things they knew from home. But the more you know yourself, you can see that sometimes you need the opposite, totally opposite. And it can take so much time to experience the possibility for possibility, to experience deep, beautiful people that can make you feel safe, that can make you feel beautiful, that with them you can show your beautiful colors. And of course, for us, philosophy people, psychology people, people who reflect, think, and wonder, it is a crime against humanity to hide this part in our important relationships. You have to understand that your beautiful mind is a gift to give to other people. And if they reject it, they are not for you. And of course, you got to ask yourself, with who can I show all my colors? With who I feel so authentic and real, even though I show also my dark colors. And of course, you have to also check if the people around you also feel the same, that they can bring and show their true self, their colors as much as possible. And I think that the more people you have like this in your life, the more rich your life experience become, because it's so true, it's so real, and it's so beautiful. accepting life as it is and despite what it is. And of course, since early ages, we already talk about it. The culture, the religion, the family, and so, implant in us and tattoo in our souls a lot of illusions, crazy illusions about how they think that life should be. Sometimes they say life should be happy and rich and so and so. If you just do A, B, C, D, life will be so perfect. And the more you grow, you see that this is amazing lie. Nobody really have this life. So you got to ask yourself why they tattoo in our souls this feeling that we will never reach this destination, that we will always feel shame and guilt that we are not like them. Think about this psychological violence that they tattoo in your mind. And the more you grow, the more you ask, reflect, and think, you see that life is always moving, your emotions always moving. You have to feel all of your emotions, and then the more you accept life as it is, and despite what it is, the more you accept the absurdity, the uncertainty, the more free you are from illusions. And when you are more free than illusions, you can show your colors in life, practice your philosophy, and be much more happy. Because it's like a different game, you know? It's like starting a game that they decided the rules, they told you what the rules, but then the more you grow, you understand that their rules are not exist at all. It's like big discovery for your life that you can play it as much as you want as and in the way that you want to play it. The range of emotions. This is a really crucial part of mental health and psychotherapy because it seems like there is hierarchy of emotions. There are the good emotions, happiness, I don't know, laugh, love, and so on. And there are the dark emotions of sorrow, depression, anxiety, and so and so and so. And of course, the more you accept life as it is, the more you understand that you can't really live only on this side. To be human means you're always floating in emotions, you're always changing. You can't just hold in one part of emotions. This is big violence because they teach us that when we are sad, it means something is really bad. But people like us who read Kafka, Dostoevsky, Nietzsche, and so and so and so know brutally that there is so much beauty in the sorrow, in the suffering. And of course that we don't want to be here all the time. But it can be really brutal violence to say that this is bad and this is good. So we are not willing to play this game anymore. And this thought takes you back to the people that with them you don't have to be only on one side of happiness. Because when you can be with people that you can show all your colors, all your emotions, you can be real, you can be honest, and you can be more free. You don't have to hold back, you don't have to hide your emotions, your deep self. And when you don't need to do it, think how much energy is free from hiding. It's like really playing differently in this life. It's like mind blowing. And always when I meet people and they are exploring themselves and thinking, oh my god, I never show my true colors. I never told people how I feel. And when they try to do it slowly, slowly in small parts, it's like living new life, waiting for motivation or starting to act. Okay, this is a big part of life. It is really difficult for a lot of people, not only young people, of course, for everybody, for each one of us. And it seems like that people are begging or dreaming in their mind that one day they will have motivation, they will have this will of power that will help them to overcome life, to act, to rebel, to do something special with their life and stop numbing and hiding from life. But as far as we know life, these moments of motivation, even if they come, they don't last forever. People go back so fast to their early actions, or as much as we know to say, their avoidance of life. And it's really humiliating in a way because you can't wait for life to come to you. You have to go and act and rebel and fight for it to overcome it every day. It's like constant struggle, but it can be also beautiful. But people, I think, like they have so many illusions about how life should be. It's like imagining that one day I will feel so much love and happiness that I will have this motivation and this sensations of, oh my god, I'm gonna do it, and it will last forever. And nothing lasts forever. That's why we have to rely not on our words, not on our thoughts and dreams, but only about our actions. And when we act for a long time, when we have discipline and resilience, it's also tell us about who we are as people, what are our values, which kind of person I want to be in this life. Okay, and these things comes only by actions. It's like telling somebody that you love them, but you never do nothing for them. It's not love, it's just illusion, it's not just words. You have to show and practice your philosophy in life. So motivation, it's like illusion. It will never come. There is no tomorrow, only today. And of course, in therapy, we try to understand why people avoid from life, why people are so scary to take action, to do something new, to fail, of course. So you have to put some time and effort to understand your ego, your past, and so and so and so. But at the end, if you are in therapy for a long time and you see that nothing moves, and you see that you can't really do something special with your life, you've got to ask yourself really brutal questions because you are not there only to talk about your past. You have also life to live. Living by impulse or living by values. This is a hard one, because our brain can trick our mind. He sees something new, he sees some adventure or something special for us, and he say, "Don't do it. Stay in your home, stay in your bed. Let's cover ourselves and go to sleep. Let's avoid life. It's more safe." And sometimes it's true, but most times, or 90% of life, it's really bad for you to listen to your thoughts and your mind because there are life to live and there are challenges to explore and to feel and to fail. We grow so much from our failures and we grow so much from bad relationship also. So you really need to ask yourself what kind of person I want to be, which values are super important and meaningful for me. And then, when you have this conflict, right or left, what to do now, your mind will always try to tell you, don't do it, or maybe it's dangerous, or maybe it's bad for you. But the more you listen to your values, the more you listen to your to your real self, you will see the results. It will be so beautiful for you. And of course, it will also build your character, you know? Because when you play just by your instincts, by your impulse, you can get lost. And of course, it goes back for motivations. Motivations can be a big lie for you. You go to the gym not because you have motivations. You go to the gym and then you have motivation to go to the gym again. It works exactly the opposite. So it's really important to notice it, to be so gentle with yourself. It's like before choosing something, first you need to think about what's happening here. It's like looking at it before you decide. And when you are noticing, like the 1 second before the decisions, your life becomes totally different because you bring back the power to yourself. I know that my instinct tells me not to do it, but they are not so smart like my values. They are not so smart. From experience, I know it already that when I listen to this part of myself, nothing good really grows in my life. And when I keep being disciplined with my values, nobody can stop me. Okay? And each of us know it, but most people don't practice it. And again, It goes back to what we told in the start, that philosophy is psychotherapy. It's not just something to play or to think or to reflect on. If you don't do the hard work in daily life, you don't do anything at all. And last one, no one will really notice if we were never born. And I don't say it just to be offensive or say bad words. I just want us to look at life in a more playful way, because nobody knows anything about life. Nobody is expert, nobody knows what happens before life and after life. Nobody knows anything. But the more you accept that one day you will die, and the more you accept that you are not so important as much as you think, none of us, not me, not you, it's like free your mind to be yourself in this life. The more you dig into yourself, the more you go into Dostoevsky basements and into the Kafka holes, it's really hard to escape from them. And you don't want to be there so much time. I think that the more you understand that you are not so important, the more you understand you don't get big results from reflecting into your mind all of your life. The more you go out, the more you express your love, the more you show yourself and uh, give your true self to the world, your gifts, and so, your life become much more happier and beautiful because you like taking life in proportion. I will be here for 70 years and then I won't be here forever. And after 10 years or 20 years, nobody will remember, and it's okay. We are not so special in the good way, okay? So, some people, this can be really scary for them because we only experience in life from this thing, right? But I really believe that the more we are aware of ourselves, aware of time, the more we are modest about ourselves and about life, the more we feel free to live, but to really live. Okay, so we finished to talk about these 10 ideas, and I hope you can reflect about them alone. Stay with the question, stay with it even if you don't have clear answer, okay? I think it can have big impact about your mental health if you take it seriously. Of course, I would be happy to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you can share this video with your friends that also dealing with existential questions and so, it can be beautiful. Thank you also for my patrons that helps me to put effort in this channel, in this Instagram and so. And of course, if you love the content and you want to support my work, you can join to my site, to my email list, and of course reading Existential Dialogues 1 and 2, Breaking Philosophy, Breaking Psychology, and also the hilarious nihilist guide to life, 10 ways to be better than random sperm. See you next time.